This is your daily market review for Tuesday, October 31st, 2023. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review, Tuesday, October 31st, 2023. Hopefully you're having a great day. So let's talk about what we have to build on from the previous days. As we said, going into Friday, end of the week, you should probably take some short profits because the market was oversold going into the FOMC meeting. The first 2 days before the Wednesday are typically backfilling / choppy. Well, you've gotten that. You've gotten some up. You've got some choppiness, some things up, some things chopping, some things down. Either way, as we've talked about, the trend has not continued in the direction of the primary trend, in my opinion. And hey, let's call it what it was. Oversold. You should have taken profits. We talked about it. Partials at worst. Trade around your core. If you have, high five to you. I appreciate the shout outs, the generous donations, because some of y'all actually did take a ton of off and then been re-adding on certain levels. And again, if you get stopped out, you get stopped out. Just make sure you put money in your pocket. Love it. New to the channel, Discord room, link description below. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Done 2 live chats already this week. Probably do 4 or 5. Yeah, the tradingagent.com, back to basic series. You have more advanced. So beginner to more advanced. Again, if you're worried about your brokerage going under, please use the link. Get a referral code. You get up to $1,000 worth of stock from Interactive Brokers. Their stock is actually looking good because they're not going to go belly up. Also, too, if you need to get that fixed income return, 5.4% with Goldman. It's literally a good deal. Marcus account. So anyway, here we go. Twitter, we're always posting what we're seeing, what we think's going on. If you have any questions, again, please reach out. All right, what is expected this week? As we talked about, nothing. It's going to be a nothing burger. If you don't have any doubt in that, I don't know. None. Nothing's going to happen. No pivot, no nothing. Bitcoin, holding high and tight. Be careful. Oil, better hold 82, because if it breaks, again, it's showing to me that there's weakness, right? Always. So natural gas, there you go. Keep an eye on it. I mean, again, all this stuff, I'm not really, again, I like commodities when the Feds pivot, not now. Dollar holding up high and tight. People are like, oh, the dollar has to crash. I'm like, you see what's going on in Japan? What's going on in the rest of the world? No. It's tough to know if the dollar is going to crash because there's a lot of other weakness out there. TLT, Tittle. We talked about it. It's tough to know. I would just leave this alone. I'd rather be late on bonds than early because this could play out ugly and choppy and actually get worse. The VIX, we talked about. What a gift. Trading around. Back testing the trend line. Nice up and down and up and down. Everyone's like, the market's oversold. We're definitely at a bottom. Like, this would be the lowest VIX of any bottom in the last 2 years. Really? We're about to go into a recession. Really? Now, again, I'm not saying the VIX is about to scream up to 40, but it's like, really? I mean, it might be technically oversold, but man, we are in complacency city. Look at the VIX coming right back down in the 80s. Keep an eye on that. SPY, we talked about hitting the 408 plus area. There you go. Got to 409 and change. All right, could it hit the 200-day? I don't know. Could it hit this VAP zone, 420? Wow, that's funny. 420, bro. That's what I'd be watching for. I don't think there's much upside. Again, I think it'll get choppy and then sold at some point. And if it does get ripping higher, even better opportunity to sell. 355, QQQ, same thing. Again, I think the Qs are going to get the whack job. I mean, you can see there's clearly distribution. Since the highs, all of the down volume, all the big volume days are down, except for one green day. Look like a squeeze day. And then after that, follow with more down. Just keep an eye out. IWM, we talked about the 160 area being the downside target, and that, hey, guess what? If we chop around a little bit, don't be surprised, right? All right, we talked about hitting some backside of the trend lines. I mean, here's the VAP, end of the VAP zone down here. Not surprised it bounced a little bit. I think Boeing was up and then Caterpillar down, so it's kind of a wash. Gold, again, I'm not going to say go long gold. I don't think you can. I think you got to wait for the Feds to pivot. Watch this area up here, because if it fails, goodbye. And this is the thing. The problem is silver and gold miners, as I've said, are not confirming this. This is ugly. Look at this silver, a lower high. Keep an eye on that. That looks really ugly. Look at GDX today, right? Look at this donkey. Lower lows. That is not good. You better hold the backside of this trend line in the 20-day. GDXJ, I mean, again, you don't want to see the miners leading lower. That's all I'm going to say. Because they lead the metals. AG, Kapow, 20-day, AEM, holding up a little better. I mean, still, if it takes out the lows, it's gone. Newmont, we talked about this stock should be in like the 50+ level. It's at 38. Look at this, guys, friends. This looks bad. So bad. Pass. Pass. Look at this thing, right? Is it... I don't know, man. It's tough to like look at these things and actually go, oh, I think we should have bought them. So, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Pass. All right, let's get into tech because this is what matters. Taiwan Semi, again, after hours, AMD guided down. Are you surprised? No, I mean, we talked about tech is a wreck in the future. Chopping, making lower lows off of the highs. Now, again, is a lower low coming? Probably in somewhere in the 80 range. Micron, let's see if they are affected by AMD after hours. That's 66.50, down a little bit. Okay. AMD popped into the close, kind of felt like the squeeze that we were looking for, and then now at 94 after hours, man, it better hold the lows, or we're going to channel lows ASAP, Rocky style, ASAP. I mean, it makes sense, right? So, thought maybe you got the 200, couldn't even get there. NVIDIA, man, wild day, right? Absolutely wild. Look at this. I mean, breaks the lows and then closes right back at them. Good luck. We'll see. Intel recommended shorting this one today at the trend line, whatever you want to call it. I mean, don't bring a ruler. Someone's like, oh, you shorted at 36.30. I'm like, yeah, approximately. We'll add a little if needed. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, backtesting trend line looks fine to me. SMH, talked about it holding down here, 200-day channel. Okay. I mean, not much. It's going to be hard to really confirm much more higher if AM Dizzle flops. Adobes, said watch for bounces. Getting there, 20, 50-day cross, looking good. Applesauce, filled the gap down, closed out most of my Apple shorts today just because of going into earnings. I don't know. I mean, this thing could pop up to once. I mean, it could just hang out here, and I don't want to play the game and see what happens and roll the dice with a full position. Amazon, continue to add up here. I mean, man, might be wrong on this. Might be wrong. Do we fill the gap like that? Again, in a down move, all gaps don't have to fill, like especially gap downs. Gap ups will probably fill, obviously, in a down move. CRM, keep an eye on it, right? Chopping here, watching this like $200 area, 200-day. Guggenheim, I mean, this one's tough because it got beaten. Filled the gap close enough. I don't know. It might probably need a little more. Meta, right? I don't know. We talked about yesterday's candle did not look good, but today's action just, I mean, with the markets up, just nothing burger. Microsoft, another nothing burger, right? Like just doji up here. Could it be turned into a left-right combo tomorrow and smash-tastic? I don't know. NDAQ, here's another one. You know, we talked about short any major pop. It's making a little higher low. I mean, wait for some references, in my opinion. MicroStrategy, again, watch this area. I mean, I don't trust it unless Bitcoin breaks out, obviously. And at this point, I don't trust Bitcoin, so I'm just not going to play it. Netflix, you know, chopping around here. This is hard, obviously. Time, give yourself time. If you're up near the highs, I mean, I think you have the ability to be patient. Good old Roblox, chopping. Tesla, you know, down, up. Are you surprised, though? Market rallies. This thing is 2-day ranging. I mean, it's oversold again. It goes from 219 down to 197. Short term, again, how you define start oversold, overbought. Like, just look at the charts. When you get straight line, quick moves, I mean, there's going to be buyers and these sellers in the reverse. It's just how it is. So keep an eye on it. Yeah. Letter X, again, leave it alone. I mean, until this thing gets bought out, I mean, I don't think it's going to go anywhere but higher. Nucor, watching the 20-day. Watch it. Caterpillar, talked about going into earnings and no clue. Well, we only had an idea. That's a big gap down. Now, at this point, if the market holds up, could it hold up? I mean, again, I wouldn't be shorting this yet. You still have some shorts, cool. But I think I would wait for some pops. The FedEx, we talked about this. Watching, keeping an eye on it, right? 200-day, all right, well, went a little higher. I mean, this is what's so hard now. You just have to go zone to zone. I mean, it looks like 240s. Keep an eye on it. VALE, another oversold name that just kind of chopping around. Nice little, again, it's hard to know these names. I just personally wouldn't leave them alone. Arrow, same thing. CCJ had earnings today. Gapped up. I mean, you got to give it credit. It did close over the 39s. Let's just see if this isn't just a one-day thing. That's all. Again, they might throw the baby out the bathwater. Ag names, we talked about maybe liking them on pullbacks here. CF, not as much as maybe say Mosaic. But, man, it's making a new low. Maybe it comes back down. I don't know. Maybe maybe these just don't rally. That's just the nature of the beast. NTR, same kind of thing. Not really looking so hot. AA, another name we like. Long-term, but on pullbacks. Clearly compressed. 20-day. Okay, cool. XLF, getting up to some targets now where it gets interesting to short. Had some folks trying to short yesterday. I'm like, I don't know if that's as good a spot as, say, like this. 0.618 and 32 plus. JP Mo shorted some today at 139er. Is that can you say that 139er? Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Gap. Could the gap fill? Yeah. I mean, 139, somewhere in that range. I would just be remiss if I didn't start it when the XLF is at resistance. Morgan Stanley's thing, it's just a dog with fleas. Goldman Sachs, 20-day coming in, channel high. Here it comes, maybe. I don't know. Carry. We talked about these names being slightly oversold. I mean, like it's just a nice, smooth down channel, right? Smooth and steady. XBI, speaking of down channel, channeling down. So we'll see what happens here. Let's look at some of the other names. IYT, we talked about the industrials being oversold. Okay, maybe 8-day, 10-day. I mean, I don't know. That'd be tough for it to get to 20-day, in my opinion. Housing stocks, you had that ruling from the National Association of Realtors. Not surprised. Okay, keep an eye on this. This and then the 200-day. Does it get there? We'll see, right? We shall see. And, I mean, on that note, just some of these, I don't know, like materials. Look at this real quick. A little oversold. I mean, this is the beast, the nature of the beast. Like, it's just really hard for something to go down straight all the time. It's not the nature of how this works. Costco. Talked about shorting up here. Watch what happens around the 50-day, little 50, 100-day squeeze for the moment. HYG, we talked about corporate debt being, holding on. Today's inaction. Again, I watched the close. I was like, man, somebody was absolutely dumping this stuff. Now, again, is it end of month dumping? Maybe. First, let's get into solar names. Tan, they're high. Nothing. Sedge, I mean, all these names are just, if you shorted them from higher prices, it's almost like just let them roll. Man, because they just find themselves to lower lows and lower highs. Again, government subsidies, goodbye. Ugh, sorry. I mean, again, I know people are like, oh, I'm going to hold this forever. I'm like, you're crazy. First Solar after hours, I mean, their earnings, I think, were okay. It's at 145, chopping around. I saw it down all over the place. I mean, I would say 20-day, but it always gets, I don't know, 150 area. Keep an eye on it. Oil, again, this is where it gets a little tricky, right? Like oil coming down. Natural gas, the UNG held up pretty well today, actually. You got to give it credit. Man, it's been really tough to get over the 200-day. We'll see if it gets over it. That would be interesting. XOP, again, we like these names, short. Not for forever, but just makes sense. Throw the baby out with the bathwater. Maybe 200-day, maybe back down to the 115 area. ExxonMobil, again, if you shorted this one. Shorty want to ride. Yeah, you shorted it at 113 plus, looking pretty good. Now it's double top bottoming for near term. Just keep an eye on it. Oxy, if you shorted the Buffett sell zone, looking good. Valero, oil and gas name. Not surprised, 3-day range. Maybe it chops around, maybe the 20-day. MPC, I think they had earnings after hours. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yesterday. So today. Yeah, you had like a 4-day range. Watch this. If it gets back there, set an alarm. Let me know. EQT and Flex LNG. Again, we talked about 44 level. It's just, again, these names I don't think are the best shorts. It's like I said, buying the drip, it's like, okay, it's kind of a small little gamble. Not the end of the world. And then Flex LNG, it's the end of this because I get so many people going, just buy dividends. Hold on. Have a 10-year horizon. And it's like, do you realize that the same folks that are all screaming this online sound no different than the other bubble holders? I'm not saying dividends aren't a good strategy or an idea, but what I'm telling you right now is that if there's a massive recession, dividend yields are not safe. These stocks are not safe. They will absolutely get crushed. And so you're sitting here rationalizing making 3, 4, 5, 6%, while the stock could lose 20, 30, 40, 50% at some point. And then maybe they cut their dividend in half again. And so now you've bag holded and you've got a stock with a crappy dividend yield. And all you had to do was maybe hold on to the cash in your brokerage and you would have gotten 4.8%. No, but you had to gamble on certain or certain other real estate stuff or commercial. It's like, come on, guys. All right. Well, if you have any questions, please reach out. I appreciate the love, support, generous donations. Do yourself a favor. Again, watch the live chat today. I think you'll appreciate it. If you have any questions, again, reach out. Use the Calendly link. Here to help. Peace. Have a good one. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.